No one cares about how tough your life is. Nobody's concerned with your struggles, and no one is coming to rescue you. That should ignite something in you, because once you realize that no one owes you anything, you reclaim your power. You stop waiting around, you stop making excuses, and you start putting in the hard work. Success isn't for those who wait. It's for those who hustle when no one's watching. So let me ask you, are you going to waste time hoping someone will care? Or are you going to rise, put in the work, and focus on yourself? One of the most liberating realizations you can have is understanding that nobody is truly focused on you. This understanding frees you to prioritize your own growth, to invest in yourself, and to build the life you've always wanted. Let's break this down a bit. When I say nobody cares, I don't mean that people are uncaring or indifferent. What I'm saying is that everyone is the star of their own life. They're caught up in their own struggles, goals, ambitions, and routines. While they may care about you in passing, they're not losing sleep over your problems or untapped potential. And that's okay. In fact, it's a blessing because it means you don't have to live your life trying to meet everyone else's expectations. You have the freedom to define success on your own terms. But with this freedom comes a huge responsibility. If no one else is going to care about your success, then it's entirely on you. It's your job to put in the effort, to focus on your growth, and to push yourself forward. That brings me to the second part of the message. Work hard and focus on yourself. These aren't just words to pump you up. They're a proven blueprint for success in any area of life. Now, let's talk about hard work. This phrase gets thrown around so much it can seem cliche, but the reality remains there is no substitute for effort. Success doesn't come to those who sit back and wait, it's for those who take action. But here's the key. It's not just about working hard. It's about working hard on the right things. It's about investing in yourself. Many people spend their whole lives working hard yet never seem to make real progress. Why? Because they're working towards someone else's goals, climbing a ladder that's leaning against the wrong wall. That's why your focus needs to be on your own dreams, your growth, and your full potential. When you invest in yourself, you're making the best investment possible. Unlike stocks, real estate, or material possessions, you can't lose yourself. You can't be taxed on your personal development, and no one can steal or diminish your growth. Every moment, every effort, and every resource you dedicate to improving yourself will pay dividends that last a lifetime, whether it's learning a new skill, developing positive habits, or overcoming personal challenges. The rewards of self-investment are limitless. Now, some of you might be asking, isn't focusing on myself selfish? Shouldn't I care about others? Let me clear this up. Prioritizing yourself isn't selfish. It's essential. Think about the safety instructions on an airplane. Put on your own oxygen mask before helping others. You can't pour from an empty cup. By investing in yourself, by learning, growing, and evolving, you become better equipped to help others, contribute to your community, and create a positive impact on the world. But here's the important part. No one else is going to do this for you. No one's going to show up at your door and say, hey, I've noticed you're not living up to your potential. Let me help you out. If you want to grow, improve, and unlock your true potential, it's up to you to take the initiative. You have to be willing to put in the work when no one's watching. You have to be ready to sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term success. Let's look at an example. Suppose you want to start a business. The truth is, no one else is deeply invested in that dream. Your friends and family may offer support, but at the end of the day, they're focused on their own lives. They won't be writing your business plan, making your first sales calls, or staying up late to help you get things off the ground. That responsibility falls entirely on you. You have to care enough about your dream to put in the work. You must be willing to learn, to fail, to get back up, and to keep going. You have to be prepared to do what others won't so that one day you can live how others can't. Here's the amazing part. When you take action, when you truly invest in yourself and commit to your goals, something incredible happens. People begin to notice. They start to care, not because you're seeking their approval, but because they're inspired by your dedication, perseverance, and success. You become living proof of what's possible when someone takes control of their life, works relentlessly, and prioritizes their own growth. You set an example for others, and that's how real change happens. Now let's talk about focus. In today's world, focus is more valuable than ever. From the moment we wake up to when we go to sleep, we're bombarded with distractions, social media, emails, notifications, all competing for our attention, pulling us away from what truly matters. But here's the truth. Your focus shapes your reality. What you consistently give your attention to is what you will become. If your focus is always on other people's lives, celebrity gossip, or passing social media trends, then that's what your life will center around. But if you decide to focus on your own goals, personal development, skill building, and expanding your knowledge, that's what will thrive. This is why protecting your focus is so crucial. Treat it like the valuable resource it is. Be intentional about where you direct your attention. Ask yourself, is this bringing me closer to my goals? Is this helping me grow? Is this the best use of my time and energy? If the answer is no, it's time to reassess. Redirect your focus toward what truly matters, yourself and your growth. I can already hear some of you thinking, but I don't have time to focus on myself. I'm too busy with work, family, and all my responsibilities. I get it. Life is busy. We all have commitments. But ask yourself, can you afford not to invest in yourself? Can you afford to let your potential go untapped? Can you afford to reach the end of your life and regret never becoming the person you were capable of being? The truth is, you don't need hours every day to focus on personal growth. Even small, consistent efforts can lead to remarkable results over time. It's not about making huge changes overnight. It's about making small, intentional choices day after day, week after week, year after year. Maybe it's waking up 30 minutes earlier to read a book that expands your mind. Maybe it's using your lunch break to learn a new skill online. Or perhaps it's turning off the TV in the evening to work on a personal project. These small pockets of time, when used consistently and purposefully, can lead to extraordinary growth in the long run. Remember, no one cares about your personal growth as much as you do. No one benefits from your success more than you. That's why it's your responsibility to prioritize it. It's up to you to carve out the time, put in the effort, and stay focused on your self-development. Now let's tackle another common concern: where to begin. Some people say, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to focus on. My answer is simple. Start anywhere. The key is to begin. Pick an area of your life that you want to improve, whether it's your health, relationships, career, or finances, and take action. Read a book on the subject, sign up for an online course, or seek guidance from someone who's achieved what you want. The specific starting point doesn't matter as much as the act of starting itself. Once you take that first step, clarity will follow. You'll discover what excites you, what challenges you in the right way, and what truly resonates with you. From there, you can refine your focus. Personal growth isn't a destination, it's a lifelong journey. There's never a point where you can say, I'm done growing. There's always more to learn, new ways to improve, and higher levels to reach. And that's the beauty of it. When you embrace a mindset of continuous learning and self-improvement, life becomes an adventure. Every day brings new opportunities to grow and evolve. Every day presents new opportunities to challenge yourself, to grow, and to become just a little better than you were yesterday. Now let's clear up an important point. When I say focus on yourself, I'm not encouraging selfishness or neglecting others. Quite the opposite. What I'm advocating for is self-responsibility. It's about taking ownership of your life, your choices, and your growth. The reality is that when you focus on your own development, you become more capable of helping others. You become stronger, more resourceful, and more resilient. These are qualities that don't just benefit you, they benefit everyone around you. Think about it. When you improve your health, you have more energy to support your loved ones. When you advance in your career, you can provide better for your family and contribute more to your community. When you expand your knowledge, you bring fresh perspectives into your interactions. In other words, by focusing on your own growth and working to better yourself, you're not just improving your own life, you're increasing your ability to positively impact the world around you. But here's the challenge, and it's a big one. You can't wait for perfect conditions to start. You can't wait for more time, more money, or more support, because those ideal conditions will never come. There will always be reasons to put off your personal growth. There will always be excuses for why now isn't the right time. But if you are serious about reaching your potential and becoming the best version of yourself, you have to start now with whatever you have. Use the time available to you, even if it's just 15 minutes a day. Use the resources you have access to, even if it's just a library card or a free online course. Use the energy you can muster, even if you're exhausted from a long day. Because here's the truth, small, consistent efforts accumulate over time. It's like compound interest. Small investments turn into something substantial. The same principle applies to personal growth. A little effort each day can lead to extraordinary progress over the years. Think about this, if you read just 10 pages of a book every day, you'd finish around 18 books in a year. If you learn just one new thing about your field each day, imagine how much more skilled and knowledgeable you'd be in your career within a year. These daily actions might seem insignificant at first. You might not see immediate results, but over time, they add up. They shape your habits, enhance your skills, expand your knowledge, and build your character. And that's when the transformation happens. While others might not notice your daily efforts, they will certainly notice the results. They'll see the confidence you exude, the goals you achieve, and the increased impact you have in your work and relationships. But here's the crucial part. You're not doing it for their validation or approval. You're doing it for yourself. You're doing it because you are committed to becoming the best version of yourself. You understand that your growth, success, and fulfillment are entirely in your hands. Now let's talk about something that often holds people back from working on themselves: fear of failure. Many people avoid taking risks, stepping out of their comfort zones, or trying something new because they're afraid of failing. Many avoid stepping outside their comfort zone or pushing themselves because they fear failure. But here's the reality. Failure isn't your enemy, it's your teacher. It's the stepping stone to success. Every setback, every mistake, and every obstacle is an opportunity to grow, refine your approach, and build resilience. Think about it. Has anyone ever succeeded without facing failure along the way? Has anyone ever achieved greatness without encountering setbacks? Of course not. Failure is part of the journey. It's how we learn, develop persistence, and gain wisdom. So instead of fearing failure, embrace it. See it as valuable feedback, not a judgment of your worth or abilities. When you fail, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this experience help me improve? Shifting your mindset from avoiding failure to recognizing it as an essential part of personal growth can be incredibly empowering. It gives you the freedom to take risks, to experiment, and to challenge yourself. Even if you fail, you're still making progress. You're still evolving. And remember, no one cares about your failures as much as you do. Most people are too focused on their own lives to dwell on your mistakes or setbacks. So don't let the fear of judgment stop you from taking action, putting yourself out there, or working hard toward your goals. Now let's talk about another key factor in focusing on yourself and achieving success: discipline. Discipline is the bridge between setting goals and achieving them. It's what turns aspirations into accomplishments. But here's the thing, discipline isn't about being perfect. It's not about never making mistakes or avoiding setbacks. It's about consistency. It's about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. Motivation is unpredictable. It fluctuates. Some days you'll wake up feeling unstoppable, ready to conquer the world. Other days you'll struggle just to get out of bed. But that's where discipline comes in. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward long after the initial excitement of a new goal fades. It's what separates those who succeed from those who quit. Think of discipline like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. And as it strengthens, staying focused, working hard, and pushing through challenges become second nature. So how do you build discipline? You start small, set clear, specific goals, create routines and habits that align with those goals, and most importantly, hold yourself accountable. Because here's the truth, nobody cares about your goals as much as you do. No one is going to push you to stay committed. That responsibility falls on you. You must be your own taskmaster, your own coach, your own biggest supporter. That might sound daunting, but it's actually empowering. It means your success is in your hands. You're not dependent on external approval or support. You have the power to shape your own future through consistent, disciplined effort. Now, let's discuss something just as important: celebrating your progress. When you're working hard and focusing on growth, it's easy to get so caught up in the destination that it's easy to forget how far you've come, but acknowledging your progress is essential for staying motivated and confident. Growth isn't a destination, it's a journey. Every step forward, no matter how small, is an achievement. Did you learn a new skill? That's a win. Did you overcome a challenge that once seemed impossible? That's progress. These victories don't have to be celebrated with grand gestures. Sometimes simply taking a moment to reflect, treating yourself to something you enjoy, or sharing your success with a supportive friend is enough. The key is to recognize your effort and progress. By doing this, you reinforce positive habits, train your mind to associate discipline with success, and make it easier to stay motivated and keep pushing forward. But here's something many struggle with when they start focusing on themselves: dealing with negativity from others. Not everyone will support your growth. Some may try to discourage you or pull you back into old habits. More often than not, their resistance has nothing to do with you. It's about them. When people see others making positive changes, it forces them to reflect on their own choices, their untapped potential, and the risks they haven't taken. That discomfort can lead to negativity. Your growth might also disrupt relationships. Some people are used to seeing you a certain way, and when you start changing, they resist it. They may try to keep you in the same box they've always put you in. But here's what you need to remember. You cannot let other people's limitations become your own. Their fears, doubts, or negativity should never hold you back from becoming the best version of yourself. This is where understanding that nobody cares as much as you do becomes powerful. When you truly accept that you're not living for anyone else's approval, it becomes much easier to block out negativity. The only opinion that truly matters is your own. You're not working hard to impress others. You're doing it for yourself, for your growth, and for the future you want to build. That doesn't mean you have to cut people out of your life entirely, but it does mean setting boundaries. Be mindful of who you share your goals with. Surround yourself with people who encourage your growth, not those who hold you back. Remember, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, so choose wisely. Seek out mentors, peers, and friends who are also committed to personal development, people with ambition and goals of their own. These are the ones who will support you, celebrate your success, and push you to keep moving forward. As we come to the end of this discussion, here's a final thought. This journey of self-focus and hard work isn't about reaching a perfect state where all your problems are solved. That state doesn't exist. Instead, it's about continuous growth, striving to be a little better today than you were yesterday. It's about embracing the process of becoming, of constantly learning, evolving, and improving. Because the truth is, there is no limit to how much you can grow. There is no cap on your potential. There is always another level to reach. So keep going, keep learning, keep becoming, because the best version of you is still ahead. There is no ceiling on what you're capable of. And here's the amazing part. As you keep pushing forward, your capacity for growth expands. Goals that once felt impossible become achievable. Dreams that once seemed out of reach turn into stepping stones toward even bigger ambitions. But none of this happens by accident. It happens because you make a choice every single day to invest in yourself, to put in the work, to stay focused on your growth, no matter what anyone else says or does. So here's the challenge. Make that choice. Choose to care about your own potential. Choose to work hard, not for validation, not for applause, but for your own fulfillment. Choose to focus on becoming the best version of yourself, not because anyone else cares, but because you care. Because in the grand scheme of things, nobody cares. And that's not a bad thing. It's liberating. It means you get to define success on your own terms. It means you take full ownership of your life. It means you decide who you become. So take that freedom and run with it. Work hard. Focus on yourself. Watch as you transform your life one day at a time. The power is in your hands. The choice is yours. At the end of the day, it all comes down to one simple truth. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your excuses, your struggles, or the reasons why you can't. But one day they will care. They'll care when you succeed, when you prove them wrong, when you rise above the doubt, the fear, and the setbacks. But by then, it won't even matter because you won't need their validation. You'll know you made it because you refused to quit, because you put in the work, because you stayed focused when nobody was watching. So stop waiting, stop overthinking, stop looking for approval, start grinding, start growing, start becoming the person you were meant to be, because in the end, your success is in your hands. Nobody cares. So work hard, stay focused, and make them notice.